I have 3 tips if you have avoidant attachment. So people with avoidant attachment have an intense fear that their autonomy is going to be taken away. They want to be independent. They fear commitment. And it stems from being taught that as a child, you really couldn't depend on the world. So number 1, I want people to consider looking back at all those times when they were lonely, when they were single, and compare that to times when they were partnered. It sucks being alone sometimes. You know, we're humans, we need connection. And so when you're fighting that urge to, I just want to be independent, I don't want to be smothered, just think about the times when you were alone and how that felt. Do you want to really go back to that? Number 2 is validate what you went through. A lot of times we push the pain down. And what I found is that my clients with avoidant attachment, they really suppress pain. They don't want to go back to those painful childhood memories, but validate that it happened to you, that you had a parent who was dismissive, maybe a parent who was mentally ill, or a parent who abused substances and they neglected you. Acknowledge that pain, because that's probably why you have these attachment styles now. And number 3 is listen to your partner. You know, a lot of times of people with avoidant attachment, they'll be very defensive. So if a partner is saying, I feel like you don't need me, I feel like you would be fine without me, that you don't really care. Instead of being defensive, acknowledge that maybe there's something to this. Maybe there's something about the way that I'm interacting where they feel like I'm dismissive, because I learned this probably from my parent when I was growing up. So just listen and don't be defensive. I'm not saying to be a punching bag, but listen to your partner, because there's probably something to what they're saying and it's related to your past of avoidant behaviors. Let me tell you a quick story. I once had a client who came to me and said, I really want a partner, I want to settle down, but it's just not working out. Initially, it wasn't very apparent that this person was avoidant, because they were coming to me saying, I want to get married, I want to settle down. But then as we were, working together, they found someone who checked all the boxes, was perfect. And over time, I noticed that they started devaluing this person and nitpicking, and I just thought this was odd. Like, how could someone fall from grace so quickly? It turned out that this individual with avoidant attachment was trying to find flaws so that they wouldn't commit. And it only took therapy for them to realize what they were doing, that they were pushing someone out of their lives that was actually a good partner for them. Luckily, that person ended up working on this and ended up partnering with this individual for life. So I'm glad that that was a success case, but it took a lot of work and a lot of reflection. Thank you for watching. I have a whole series on attachment and relationships. So if you enjoyed this, watch my videos on social media, watch my skits, and also let me know what you want me to cover next.